With this guitar lessons for beginners video, we'll show you how to play a 12-bar flamenco progression with an easy strum flamenco rhythm pattern, along with chord diagrams, guitar tabs, and practice rhythm tracks. We'll cover it all with the step-by-step approach. One of the essentials to playing a flamenco style rhythm is that you'll be strumming with the fingers instead of using a guitar pick. In fact, it's the fingernails that'll be making contact with the strings while you're strumming. But you don't need long fingernails for this strum pattern because we'll be using the front of the fingernails, not the tips, with our first finger, mostly with our first finger and with our thumb. Now, of course, this is a flamenco style rhythm lesson, so ideally if you have a flamenco or classical guitar with nylon strings, that'll be perfect for this rhythm progression. But this flamenco rhythm will sound fine on a steel string acoustic as well. It's just that those steel strings might be a little bit tougher on the fingers compared to nylon strings. We'll start by learning the strum pattern with an open A minor chord. And if you're a beginner, it's a good idea to do an arpeggio first. Make sure you got clarity out of each string. And then we shift our focus to the right hand. For most of us right-handed players, the right hand's the strumming hand. It's almost as if you're holding a guitar pick. You pinch your first finger together with the thumb. The thumb is sort of a support for the down strums, right behind that first finger. And then we come up with the thumb on the up strum. So we start with the down up. And then, with the strumming hand, we rest it against the strings for a mute or a partial rest. So it's going to sound like this. Down, up. And then, if your nails hit the strings, you get that sort of percussive sound. That'll be a bonus. The main thing is just to stop the sustain and get that sort of choppiness going. Down, up, and then the rest. And that's followed by two up strums with the thumb. And then another rest or mute. So putting that together with a slow walkthrough. Down, up, rest, and then up, and then another rest. Down, up, and one more. Down, up. And that strum pattern equates to 1 bar in this 12-bar progression. And the good news is that the first 4 bars of this 12-bar progression are all in A. So we're going to play that strum pattern 4 consecutive times on an A minor chord. And what we'll do in the next clip is we'll review bars 1 through 4 of this progression, all on A minor, and we'll do a practice run. We'll run through it 2 times. For bar 5, we have our first chord change. We go from A minor to D minor. Just 4 strings on the D minor. And with the same strum pattern, here's how the D minor will sound. We play it for 2 bars, bars 5 and 6. Now if you notice, the thumb is resting on the bottom string. It's muting that bottom string, and that if you can do that, if you're a beginner, it might be tough to get the thumb around. But that sort of helps you strum a little more freely on the D minor because you don't want those extra strings ringing. You want it muted. Ideally, you just want to get 4 strings. If the 5th string happens to ring a little bit, that's not the end of the world. But the objective is to get just 4 strings on the D minor. So if you can have that thumb mute the 6th string, that helps. And then we shift back to A minor for bars 7 and 8. same idea with the thumb there as well. A minor, again, only 5 strings. That 5th string bass note is A. So to make it a neater, cleaner A minor, if you mute that bottom string, that'll help. But let's go back to D minor, and we'll put together bars 5 through 8. 2 measures of D minor, 2 measures of A minor. 1, 2, ready, go. With that, we'll go to the next clip now, where we're going to put everything together from the beginning. We're going to play the first 8 bars, bars 1 through 8. Quick review of that: it'll be 4 measures or 4 bars of A minor, 4 bars of D minor, and then back to A minor for 2 more bars. And we'll rehearse or practice bars 1 through 8 in the next clip 2 total times. For bar 9, we go to an E major chord, all 6 strings. And E is played for just 1 bar, and that'll be bar 9, same strum pattern. And then we immediately switch to D minor for bar 10. And that is also played for just 1 bar, and then back to A minor for just 1 bar as well. So we're switching chords at a more rapid rate now, and let's review that, putting together bars 9 through 11. It'll be 1 E, 1 D minor, and 1 A minor. 1, 2, ready, go. And we'll review that one more. 1, 2, ready, go. Now that sets us up for bar 12. Bar 12, we're going to play a turnaround. A turnaround sort of revs things up, creates a little drama or tension to lead into another verse. And what we're going to use for the turnaround is going to be an E7th chord. It's pretty much an E, but if you lift your 3rd finger and place the pinky finger down on the 2nd string 3rd fret, here's how an E7th will sound as an arpeggio. It's an off-center sound intentionally. Again, it's revving up into another verse. And speaking of revving up, we change the strum pattern for the turnaround. It'll be all down strums. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. I'll play a little faster. And then that'll lead into the next verse. What we need to do now is put together bars 9 through 12. Again, we have a chord change for each bar. So let's do a slow walk through that. Again, it's E to D minor to A minor to the E7 turnaround. 1, 2, ready, go. Let's do that one more time. 1, 2, ready, go. Next, we'll put bars 1 and 12 together. That'll make up verse 1. And a quick review of the complete progression, the complete 12-bar progression. A minor 4 times, D minor twice, back to A minor twice, then 1 E, 1 D minor, 1 A minor, and then the E7 turnaround. And in the next clip, we'll review bars 1 through 12. We'll go through it 2 times. Now for verse 2, bars 1 through 11 will be identical to verse 1. The only difference with verse 2 will be what we do in bar 12. Instead of the turnaround, we're going to play an ending. And the ending is pretty easy. It's just an A minor chord, strummed once and sustained. The best way to kind of hear how that works, though, is we'll put together bars 9 through 12 of verse 2 just to hear how that ending sounds with those last 4 bars of the progression. So we're going to start with the E and run through bars 9 through 12 of verse 2 with the ending. 1, 2, ready, go. And we'll run through that one more time. 1, 2, ready, go. Next, we'll combine verses 1 and 2. That would be a 24-bar progression. And verse 1 again is a 12-bar progression that ends with the turnaround. Verse 2 is another 12-bar progression that ends with the ending. And the one thing we should cover before we connect the two, and that is how we connect the turnaround that ends verse 1, the E7th chord, with the A minor chord that begins verse 2. It's played pretty, you got to do it pretty quick. If you're a beginner, that might be a tricky transition because 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, you got to get to that A minor pretty quickly for the tempo to be sort of even on this. So let's rehearse that transition right now. The E7 to the A minor. We'll just do it a couple times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, down, up, up, up. Let's do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, down, up, up, up. And that'll be the new challenge with connecting the two verses. So in the next clip, again, we'll put it all together, verses 1 and 2, and we'll speed up the tempo just a little bit as well. Once you have this lesson down, the next step is to move up to the next lesson or level with flamenco rhythm basics. And with that next flamenco rhythm lesson, we'll work on a movable flamenco progression using bar chords.